The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find. The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style.
Well, hi, and welcome to another edition or episode of the Big H Podcast. Tonight's podcast is called The Latest with Luca. With me is Luca Dodge, class of 2023 from Hilton High School. Luca, it's great to have you on.
It's great to be here.
Now, many of my guests, Prince, Dan Hurleman, you guys are all so tall, so it's like another kid with his big legs and everything. But when I get your dad in, I don't know if he's going to fit in the chair.
Probably not.
Probably not. Well, you're in college break right now.
Yep.
What was your day like today, at least?
Today, woke up around 9, made breakfast in the morning, then I actually do HD performance with Danny Hurleman.
Okay.
Yep. We lift from 10:30 to 12:30. It's really good. I've never really had like someone to like write me an athletic based gym schedule before.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I just do what my bodybuilder friends do and just try to look the best, but this is actual for athletics and for soccer. And then got home. I opened my own painting business, worked on that for 5 hours today, and then I just got back home, showered, and came here.
Now, you're working out at HD Performance. What was today's workout? Was it?
Today, actually, so the Thursday and Friday days, we do like, obviously, we do a big warm up, and then we go through like some, like we did a bench exercise today, we did 2 exercises, and then the rest of the day is a circuit training, which is we do 6 rounds of a bunch of different stuff, and you do it all together, wall sits, a bunch of just different like mobility exercises and stuff, and then cool down with a walk backwards on the treadmill.
Do you have a personal trainer there?
Danny does it for all the college kids. There's probably about 10 of us that lift at the same time when he comes around and helps.
Now, you're at MCC. Are there other athletes from MCC with you? Or?
So most of the guys on my team are not from here. So they go home on the breaks, and so none of them come to HD, but they do during the season, they do work out at the gym at MCC all the time.
Let's talk about that MCC, because I think you have an international flavor on your team. I mean, talk a little bit about some of your teammates, where they're from, their talents.
So we got this year, our coach is Scottish. So we had probably 8 kids from Scotland, 1 from England, Ecuador, Cambodia. We had 4 guys from Japan, Ukraine, all over the world. I was the only American that started. And you think like, we practiced in the beginning of the season. We practiced 2 days scrimmage Canisius, a Division I team that's been practicing together for 4 years, and we beat them after meeting each other 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you think like, I was really good in high school, and I'm going to MCC, and I'm the only American that's playing or starting at MCC. So it's there was a few guys that filtered in the lineup and stuff. But it's crazy, like the best guys in the area, that's where we are.
Was there ever any problems with language barrier or anything like that?
So this year was a little bit better because the Scottish guys obviously speak English, and they got a funny dialect, and we like to make jokes about it. But we just had 8 kids from Japan commit for next year, so we're gonna have 12 kids on our Japanese guys on our team, and so the language barrier next year might be a bit of an issue, but I mean, it's nothing I haven't dealt with before in Italy and stuff. So
they're good soccer players, and that's what matters.
Amazing. One of our summer mids just coming down on a full ride to University of Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that what you're looking to do for? Is like go to the next level? And
So next year, he's gonna. He told me he's gonna pay for everything for my schooling next year and stuff. He didn't give anything to freshmen. He waits and sees how they're gonna turn out,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they're worth it sophomore year, he pays for everything. So he said that's what's gonna happen, and then from there we'll see. I've been talking to a bunch of coaches, but nothing for sure yet.
But MCC will be all paid for next year.
Yep.
Are you living at home or do you?
So I live at home. I commute every morning. It's tough. It's about a 25-minute drive, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. It saves a lot of money. Maybe next year I'll stay at the dorms, but honestly, being away for so long, it's good to just be back with my family.
What are you studying there?
I'm really want to do finance, but they actually don't offer like a full finance degree. So I'm doing like a business admin and just taking as much as financial classes as I can.
Okay.
Yep.
Your coach, what's your coach's name?
Craig Dewar.
Craig Dewar.
And then we have our assistant coach who is from Greece, doesn't speak great English, but is Mike Karapitas. He's a great coach too. Yep.
How was the season overall with your team? How far were your wins, losses, and extent of postseason stuff?
I think we went 10-4-1 maybe. We lost in the district semifinals to Monroe, another Monroe Community College. They're in New York City, and we played in New Rochelle in the district semis, and we lost. They were a really good team. They won nationals last year. No one on their team speaks English. It's all Spanish or Japanese. It's crazy.
No kidding. Now, when you have officials, do the referees speak multiple languages, or are they all English speakers?
Mostly from around here, most of them are English speakers. But you definitely, there's a bunch of referees that English is for sure their second language that they've come, especially the higher level referees. Some of them, probably 50% English is their second language, which is crazy too. Just people around here, but I mean that's just how soccer is. The higher you go, less Americans there are.
How many players did your roster carry?
I think we carried 28 or 29. Honestly, we had a lot of depth on our bench too. Like 5 of the guys on our bench would interchange into the starting lineup and stuff. So I mean, out of the 11 on the field, we had 16 play on a regular basis.
Okay. And you were a starter pretty much the whole year?
Yeah, the whole season. I started every game.
Did you go through a period where you were sick at one point?
Yeah, I got mono. I got strep throat a bunch, and my last game of the season when we traveled to New York City, it was really rough. At halftime, coughing up a lot of blood, my throat was bleeding, but I mean, I actually played pretty well that game. So,
did you play all through that illness, or did you ever have to sit out a game or a half a game? Or
nah, I never really sat out. I didn't really want to. I mean, after we lost, I took my rest and recovered, but it took a lot out of me for sure.
Throughout the year, of course, you practiced. Are you also lifting throughout the year with your team or off-site?
So team-based, not really. I mean, honestly, MCC, they just take really great players and send them places. I mean, if you really want to get better, it's got to be by yourself. Then there's no one that's going to hold your hand and say, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to lift. If you want to get better, you have to wake up in the morning and go train. But I mean, all the guys, especially the Japanese guys, unbelievable work ethic, focus. They do it themselves. I do it myself. And that's just how it has to be. There's no one that's going to give you a schedule and be like, this is what you have to do. You got to do it yourself.
Has MCC been a traditional powerhouse in soccer?
They've always been really good. Nelson Capella was a coach a while ago. I've talked to guys from around here that are a bunch of refs that I met because I ref soccer too, that have played at MCC, and they've always been really solid. It's weird that one of the best schools is right down the road from here. 25-minute
drive.
That's it.
And you said that one of your teammates got a full ride to UMass?
Yep. And then we had 2 guys commit for Drexler, NAIA Division I school in Florida. And then there's another kid, one of the Scottish guys, really good. He's looking at a bunch of different schools right now too. And those are all sophomores. The 4-year schools target the sophomores because they have to leave the freshmen. They want to stay and watch.
Now, with soccer, do they do you have to prove yourself to get the scholarship? Like you were mentioning, your coach said, okay, you performed really well. You got money for the second year. Is that typical?
Yeah. For the 4-year schools, they watch our games and they watch our players and scout them. They don't just look at their highlight reel because it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you want to make a highlight reel to catch some attention, but they need to see your full game and see, just because you do one thing, two things really good in a game, what about the other 100 times you touch the ball? If you lost it every time, you're not a great player.
Are there showcases that you go to, or is it pretty much you send a full game tape or they come to a game? What's it like?
So now after COVID, everything's live streamed. So the coaches they're able to watch everything on the game
Okay.
or all the games online. But I mean, there are ID camps that you can go to. But I mean, I would go to the ID camps when I was a sophomore. I mean, me now going to an ID camp and playing against another sophomore in high school, just because I kill him doesn't show anyone that I'm good. Any 19-year-old would kill a 16-year-old that's been playing. So I mean, it's kind of a money grab for the colleges. But I mean, if you're young and you wanna, I know one of my friends, he really wanted to go for the school throughout high school, so he literally went to every single ID camp they had, and he ended up playing there. So it's just what you get out of it.
So the money paid off. I mean, getting seen and seen and seen.
Yep, he just continually showed the coach his dedication, and they took him. He didn't play because it was a great school, but sometimes if that's what someone wants to do, if you really want to go to UConn and you think you're really good in high school, if you go to every ID camp since you were a sophomore, you got a chance. If you show up for one, they say, you're young, we don't know how you're going to turn out, and you never go again. It's never going to happen.
What's ID stand for?
I think, beats me, to be honest. I don't know.
Put you on the spot.
But, just get yourself out there, get your name out there.
Okay. Now, you said you also are starting to officiate soccer?
Yeah, it's officiating soccer is really cool. I did a bunch of high school games this year. It's really easy money. You gotta take you gotta take a 5-hour class for your actual referee, and then you have to take an 8-hour class on top of that for your high school refereeing. It's a lot, but I mean, you go out there, you get to watch soccer, control a game, and you get paid $100. It's not bad.
Have you found that your success in soccer and playing for so many years that you can go into a game and you kind of know this kid's taking a dive, or because you know the ins and outs of the game? It really has helped you be an official.
For sure. Being around it my whole life, you can really see things, and because I've refed with guys that haven't played before, and they're just not at the same level that you need to be to ref like a high school game, especially with the crowd cheering and stuff. It's difficult. I mean, you look out there, you'd think, oh, that's an easy call. But when you're actually in that situation, after starting reffing, I give refs a break. Before, I'd be like, how could you miss that? Now, it's tough, man. When there's everything that you have to watch, it's a lot.
Now, do you usually rush the middle of the field, or do you also do the sideline work with the flags?
So, for the younger games, I'm in the middle. But with for the varsity games, I'm always on the side. There's always an older guy. I'm the youngest one that they got. So they're always going to put the older guy in the middle, the more experienced.
But how many games did you do?
Maybe 20.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was I would pick them up because I got classes Tuesday, Thursday nights, so I couldn't do it then. And then I got practice Monday, Wednesday, so I would try to just squeeze them in between there, and then also going to the gym and school. It's tough to get them through, but I tried as much as I could.
Were they Monroe County games, or did you go farther than that?
Mainly Monroe County. I think the farthest that I had to drive was maybe Leroy. Which honestly, for me, I live in Brockport. It's not that far of a drive.
Do they pay mileage still? I mean,
they don't. No,
okay.
They took that away, but they do pay. I mean, a JV game, I think the rate's 96, and then the varsity game 105. So even on the side, I mean, that's pretty good money.
Not bad. So you did something. You were class of 2023 in high school, and then you did something pretty unique. Talk to us a little bit about your visit to Italy.
So out of high school, I knew I was really good. I worked at it for so long, and my dream was to go Division One. That was my goal since I was a little kid, and I was talking to Roberts. I talked to a few D1 schools, but I talked to Binghamton, James Madison, UConn, a bunch of Mammoth, a bunch of schools, but none of them were really like banging down my door. And I want to go. I mean, besides Roberts, and that's Division II, and I want to go somewhere where I'm really wanted, and not just that they like, oh, okay, whatever, you can come. So I realized that I could take a year and save my eligibility and play in Italy. My family's Italian. I've always wanted to experience what life is like there, and so I went. I took a shot. Had an agent, and no one really I mean, it's not really heard of to do around here.
No.
But the stress of if you're not playing well, they send you home. I mean, you're gone, and then it's on your parents to buy you a plane ticket, and then you sit around at home and wait for the next fall. I mean, it's stressful, and not the first month was really fun because I was away from everyone, and there was no drama, and my parents weren't breathing down my back. But after a while, when 6 months went by, I was really sick of it, and it took a lot out of me to just keep going.
Because I was going to ask, were you homesick? But it doesn't sound like you were that first month, right?
The first month, oh man, we were trialing in cities, and we went to San Marino. We were in Rimini, which is a city in Italy. It's big. We were having so much fun. And then once we settled down in this small town we tried out for. It was in 4th Division, Serie D. Some of the best players I've ever seen before were playing, and it was just the most humbling experience of my life.
You used the word trialing. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. Does that mean trying out different teams?
Yeah. So we went when we first got there. We went. We stayed in this big city, and then we would take a subway down to this pitch, and a bunch of agents and coaches would watch us play. And they ended up inviting me and one other kid to a tryout with a team in San Marino, which is it's actually its own country. It's in the middle of Italy. I think it's like the worst national team, soccer national team in the world.
Okay.
It's always in dead last.
Right.
They've never won a game, which is a tiny country. But I mean, all the guys are Italian. Most of them. There's some guys from San Marino on the teams, but they're all Italian. And it was really good. They were sponsored by Nike. They had a lot of money, and it was really fun. The guys were phenomenal. We ended up not staying. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want us. Maybe I didn't play well enough. But we went to a different team in 4th Division in Italy, and that's where I stayed my year there.
You talked about wanting to be a Division I player, and you didn't want to settle for a Division II. What's it like not realizing maybe you're not ready yet, and then also trying out in Italy and maybe getting pushed aside because at the time you're not good enough? How did you take that?
I mean, I wanted to give up so many times. It was heartbreaking. You've worked your whole life for it, and in high school, it wasn't really much competition. There were a few of the guys were really good, but I killed everyone. And then you get there, and the guys your age are just as good as you or much better than you. So it's a humbling experience, and then you just really see I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Was it difficult handling that with everybody needs their mom, everyone needs their dad, and your dad was an accomplished athlete? Was it difficult not having them to talk to in person, or did you do a lot of phone FaceTime?
So I would call my mom every day. On my way, we would have to walk all the way up to the training field, which is probably about 2.5 miles. And every day I'd call my mom on the walk up. And it was, my mom's never missed one of my soccer games before. And then I went a whole season without her seeing one. And I struggled with confidence a lot. I was always in high school. I was always super confident, but there, I didn't speak the language for the first. Now I'm pretty good, but for the first few months, I didn't speak the language. People would make fun of me when I tried to talk. No matter who you are, that doesn't sit right with you. And it was I just wanted to give up. I just wanted to go in my room and not do anything. But I just pushed through it, and honestly, it's even not for there, but for here, it's helped me a lot.
Talk to me a little about that growth then that you had. Not only you're in a foreign country, you're not reaching the level that you want. Looking back on it now, how can you see the positives that came out of that?
So it taught me to just keep going. And there it was like I was just dropped in the middle of some place and just left to dry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was scary. Um I called my mom all the time, like I just want to come home. She's like, no, you can't, you have to keep going. Um but it helped me to just work really hard. And I apply that to my soccer now, my painting, the business I started, my school. Um I remember we would have to, a few of the guys that I was rooming with, they would sleep in till noon and then wake up and they'd go eat lunch and then they'd go and sleep again and they'd stay up till 3 a.m. But I tried to get myself on a really tight schedule. I would wake up early, I would go to the field by myself and train. I would come back and eat. And I would go to the gym. Then we would train at night and I'd go up and train at night. So, I mean, just like at MCC, they didn't hold your hand through it. They didn't tell you this is, they give you your the training that you have to go to at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Besides that, you're on your own to do whatever you want. And there was this one kid that we played with. He's from Canada, phenomenal. But he would eat like crap, sleep in, not only train when he had to, and then sometimes he would, you know, go out because he's injured, and then he'd wake up on Sunday and score 3 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's always that talent that I'm never gonna be able to touch, but I mean through hard work, it's attainable.
Now, you said you had an agent. Was the agent over there?
Yeah, he was with us all the time.
Was there any confidant that you did have in the location, or was it, was your agent able, to bounce things off of him or a trainer like, oh man, this sucks right now? Or no, you just internally, and then you just had that conversations with mom?
Yeah, just I mean, they don't care.
Mhm.
Kids go through it. Every kid goes through it. I mean, it's a little bit different when you're in the country that you've been with your whole life, and then with your parents there and a language that you speak. I speak good Italian now, but I mean, I speak what I can. In English, I talk what I want to. In Italian, I have to compromise and say what I can because I can't completely express myself like that.
So it was professional. So you were being paid, right?
So they paid for our living conditions, but if you can't get paid, you'll lose your college eligibility. And I always knew that I wanted to come back and play college. So
Oh, okay.
So they paid for our stuff. I mean, the guys on our team were getting paid. The best guy on our team, I think he was making $5,000 or $6,000 a month, which is euros, which is a lot there.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and then our president, the president of the club, which was also the president of the town, he was in the mafia. He had 3 missing fingers on his right hand from getting chopped off. He was driving Lamborghinis. He had a in-ground swimming pool. The people there are poor. They live in the same house as their parents did, and this guy has a swimming pool with palm trees and Lamborghinis.
The president of your team and the president of the town.
Yep.
I hope you didn't get the fingers chopped off because your team lost.
But when we would lose, oh man, because if you get relegated, he loses a lot of money. Because there's in America, there's no relegation and promotion. You stay because for the MLS teams, if you get relegated, you lose a lot of money. So that's riskful for them. Just to buy a team in the top division, and then they get relegated, they lose a lot. But in Italy, that's how it is. So when we were at the brink of relegation, when we would lose a game, oh, man, he would go ballistic on us after the game. Because if he loses, I don't know, he's down maybe 250 grand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money, and it's just it's crazy to think that just based on how you play, you can change that.
Did your parents or your family ever come over to visit you?
They came right in the beginning. We took vacation there for 2 weeks, but then after that, nope, I didn't see them until I came back for Christmas, which was about 6 months later.
So in totality, how many months were you over there?
I think a little bit over 8.5 in total, but it was it felt like longer than that.
Any friends from high school or come to visit you or no?
It's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
For round trips, I don't know, $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
No one of my friends has that kind of money that you can throw around. But I did. One of the kids that I went up with, Jake, 70. He played at McQuaid, and we took that trip together, and we stayed in Italy together.
Would you like to go back just to vacation?
I would. I would love to go back. It was but not for that long. I would like to go back. Obviously, Italy's a beautiful place, and I want to eventually go spend some time there. But I made a lot of really close friends. I mean, I lived with them for over a year, and then even the guys from the town we would go out and hang out with, and they were like really really close with us. And then when we just got up and left right before, like it's tough. Like you say goodbye, and you're probably never gonna see them again. It was really sad.
Well, you did something really exceptional because even around here, a person goes an hour away to school and there's homesickness and they're home maybe every other weekend. You're in Europe for 8.5 months or whatever. So kudos to you. That is very, very notable.
Thank you.
What are you studying now at MCC? You said finance?
Yeah, finance. Yeah.
We talked about your season. What's the campus life like there at MCC? Like how large is it?
It's honestly it's a pretty big school, and on like the MCC, it's a good school too. Like I know people think like at least from around here, MCC, like you don't have to go there, you don't want to go there, but I mean, even if I wasn't playing a sport, that's the reason why I went, like I would rather pay whatever it is. Yeah, maybe we didn't get any financial aid or anything like that, but like our total cost was per semester $3,000. I'd rather pay that and get this. It doesn't matter where you went your first 2 years when you get your diploma.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're gonna go to Ohio State for all 4 years, you're gonna come out, I don't know, $250,000 in debt.
Mm-hmm.
If I play 2 years at MCC, I pay out of pocket for my first semester this year, and then not pay anything next year, and then get a scholarship. I'll walk out of college debt free.
And you got your painting business to start paying it off.
Yep.
What are some other sports at MCC that are successful or that they offer?
So the girls soccer team is really good. They lost in nationals. They're very good. The basketball team is good too. The volleyball team, I think we get crushed a lot. The girls, I don't think we have boys, but the girls get crushed. The basketball team is really good though. I mean, it's a Division I JUCO, and they offer scholarships and stuff. So I mean, people that don't get the offer that they want of a high school, they come there, and it's high level.
Is there an international flavor in the girls' soccer program?
Girls soccer, it's not the same. Not even close to the same. Maybe because in foreign countries, it's. I don't want to bring like gender or sex into this, but I mean, it's not. No one watches girls soccer in Italy, so why would they do that and not get paid as much? I mean, they did not have a girls team in the club that I played for. It was just guys, and the girls would always follow their boyfriend around and their husband, and wherever he played, they would go and they would live in the house. So I mean, not to say that there's not girls soccer other places in the world, but it's just not even close to the same. And the time that people want to leave when they're 20, the kids or the women there, they want to start having children. So I mean, just leaving there doesn't make any sense for them. There's a few, but even like I don't know one kid that I played with. We played with some unbelievable, like when we went to the state finals for Hilton, we had we went to the state finals of New York. In my opinion, I was the best center back in New York. My senior year. My junior year, I think I was really close. But we had kids make all state. One of our strikers won All-American. No one plays in college anymore because they don't want to rot at a D3 school and sit the bench. And that's unbelievable because with every other sport, lacrosse, baseball, football, we had guys go. Carl went D1. I mean, that football's a little bit different, but I mean, I talked like a bunch of baseball guys went D1, and we got first rounded 2 years in a row. We had like 5 guys on full rides D1. No one's playing in college besides me. No one's playing in college on our state finals team.
I did not know that. Well, let's go back to your high school experience. Your state finals, is that your junior season or
my junior season? Yeah.
All right. First of all, talk a little bit about Coach Ellicott and what he brought to the Hilton program.
Coach Ellicott is an unbelievable person, unbelievable passion for not only soccer but Hilton soccer too. One of the biggest role models in my life. I talk to him all the time. He's just so dedicated. Futsal in the winter, Monday, Wednesday. Coach Mahar too. Mahar Coach Mahar does not get enough credit as he deserves. He would, in the summer times, Monday, Wednesday, 6 a.m. on the track, we would condition for 2 hours. And then Tuesday, Thursday, we would train in the morning. Their dedication, they do not get paid enough to do that kind of dedication. And the same with football with Coach Apani. 4 days a week in the weight room. They're there all the time. So it's a lot that, that's why Hilton sports are so good.
How many years did you play varsity soccer?
My freshman year, I fractured my pelvis, so I didn't even try out.
How'd you do that?
Just I don't know. I'm not flexible and just playing too much. I just played over and over on my hip, and it just, oops, it almost took down the shelf. But the doctors there, the physical therapist said just it was too tight, and you just swung too hard, and it just broke. So I didn't play my freshman season. I played the last 3 games on JV, but I missed tryouts. I missed everything, and then sophomore year I played varsity.
How was your team your sophomore season?
We lost in the first round to Victor at home. It was a really weird season with COVID. You could only have 2 people per player come to the game. But I didn't play. I played center mid. They kind of not the position I play now, and I was just super unconfident. But if I could go back and play into that sophomore season, we so much better if I could play now. But it's a long time ago. So
center mid sophomore year. Where do you play now?
Center back. It's like a step back in the defense. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like the difference between the 2 positions?
Center mid, a lot more pressure. I actually find it really fun now because center back, especially like in MCC, we play 3 in the back, and I play the middle center back. So there's more guys back, especially when we have 5. The wing backs come back. I don't have that much pressure on the ball, and if I do, I just pass it quick because I'm the last guy back. I can't lose it. But when you're at center mid, you get a chance to take a move and take someone on and go. It's more exciting, risky, but definitely more exciting and, in my opinion, more fun to play. I'm not as good as it. I'm not as good at center mid as I am at center back, but it is really fun to play with that.
Anybody that's ever gone to a soccer game, there's flags, there's a lot of HVE. Is that a soccer saying, Hilton versus everyone?
So Coach Ellicott has a bunch of sayings with the giant flags going up, with the big white posters on the sides. That's just a tiny percent of the what he puts into it, the time he puts in, the money. He buys these big black things that help recover your legs, and we would always take turns, and we would come in during study halls and use them, and he's just spending that out of his own money, or his own pocket. The school isn't covering that, and it's crazy to think how dedicated he could be, and that just everyone respects him so much for it.
Also proves to be successful on the field in games. So then let's move on to our junior season. COVID's over. Junior season. Talk a little bit overall about how that season, the regular season, went, and then
the regular season, we killed everyone. We lost. It was the first few games were a little bit we're just still working stuff out. We won them, but after every game, Coach Ellicott would go through and he would tell us how many passes we missed. When we played Spencerport, we won 3-2. I did not play good that game my junior season, and when I walked in to practice, we had a board. Luca, 30 missed passes. 12 were in the midfield, 10 were in the back line, 10 were whatever in the attacking third. He said, you need to be better at this, and then you go to the next person. And as soon as I saw that, I really started working on it. The next game we played at Victor, I didn't miss a single pass. I took it to heart, and I think everyone did that too, and that's why we were so successful. He held people accountable. He knew that our team was really good, and he knew that that's what we had to do. That's what we had to worry about. We had to worry about the small things, not the big things. You didn't have any bad guys playing on the field that you got to account for. Everyone was good.
Did he go home and evaluate the game tape and then do all that with the passes? Overnight?
Oh, man, he's got a hot tub at his house with a TV on the board. He's there all night. I can promise you, he's probably there right now watching game just from last season, or probably 2 seasons ago, just watching. He is fanatic about doing that kind of stuff, and that's the effort you got to put into if you want your team to be successful.
So say you beat a team 1-0, but in your mind you killed them. What would a statistic show? How would the average novice viewer, which is me, know that you really dominated?
Possession's a big one. Like you could see, we would play teams, we would keep the ball 85% of the game. You know, soccer is one of the few sports, like in basketball, people make mistakes all the time. You shoot a wide open three, happens. If you make a dumb mistake in soccer and they score a goal, and then they just play defense the whole game, I mean, it's possible. There's upsets all the time. I mean, basketball, there's upsets too, of course. But in soccer, it's more possible for sure. Either one goal decides the game, and possession's a big one. Shots as well. If you look at those like when you watch games on TV, the guys with the most possession typically, I would say 75% of the time are the people that win.
Name some of your teammates you played with that junior season.
Junior season, all the seniors were. I think me and Ben Cronk were the only juniors that really played much that season. We had Anthony Glacy, Alex Smith, Cody Cavuto, Jackson Markham, Johnny Resnick, Ryan Christ, Will DePrey. Ian Smith played too. He was a sophomore. He started outside back. Those guys I'm missing a few, of course.
That's fine, yeah.
Those were the for sure intricate guys. And there was this interesting strategy that Coach Ellicott did right after tryouts. He said that he talked about he went to Australia one time, I think, or maybe New Zealand, where rugby is huge. And he watched a coach. He was studying like coaching and how to be a coach. And he watched a coach give out a list of what he thought the starters would be. He said, Coach Ellicott said, if we were to play a game tomorrow, this is who the starters would be. And there was people that were like, "Oh, I got a starting spot for sure. I'm gonna win this, no doubt." But he read out the list, read it out, and some people just exploded. Not exploded, but just you could see their heart just sink because he didn't think they were good enough. And if that's the tough message that you have to see the need. And probably 4 of those guys didn't start by the end of the season because the guys underneath them worked so hard to work their way up.
Interesting tact.
Mm-hmm.
So your regular season's over, and then you start your sectional. Do you remember any of those sectional rounds at all?
Oh, for sure. The first 2 rounds. No, we had a first round bye because we won the division, and then we played. I don't even remember. Maybe Webster Schroeder. We beat him 6-0. The starters subbed off at halftime. And then the semifinal round against Penfield was probably one of the most exciting games I've ever played. In Spencerport, the stands were packed. They scored first. We ended up tying it, and then we scored. Cody Cavuto scored on a header with the last 8 minutes of the game, and we won. And that was a crazy game. And then sectional finals, we played Fairport. We dominated that game pretty well. They could have scored a few times, but I mean, we killed them. I was so confident going into that game.
The sectional final.
Sectional final. I thought to myself, there is no way that we lose this game. With the team that we got, and the team, they got Miles Palmer, a close friend. I played Rock City with him this summer. Amazing player. He plays at Roberts.
Is it Ron Plummer's kid?
I have no idea.
I think there's a Ron Plummer.
No, Palmer. Palmer.
Okay,
Palmer's last name. Unbelievable. He was a striker at Fairport, and he'll find a way to score no matter what. But we ended up winning 2-0. He didn't score that game. But we beat him in the sectional final. And then regionals was at Williamsville. We played Williamsville North at Williamsville South. And that was a crazy game. We scored with the last 2 minutes. Ian Fadouk. Forgot to mention him. He scored in the winning goal in the regionals and the state semifinal.
Okay.
And we would make jokes like, let's just sub him in the last 5 minutes and let him score. Because he would score the most important goals. He scored in that Williamsville game, the last goal with 2 minutes left. And that their fan section, oh my God, they were texting our girlfriends before the game. Like, crazy stuff.
Taunting them? Okay.
Oh, yeah. They would be like, he's going to lose tomorrow. You should just come with me instead. just to get in our heads. And then, man, after we scored that goal when we took the walk by, a wave. And then States was amazing. So fun. We tied. No, we beat the team in overtime. The first game, and then in the second game we got murdered by a team, West East Lip in Long Island. Their graduating class was bigger than Hilton School. They were unbelievable. They scored 4 corners on us.
Wow.
Yep. Which in soccer, corners is a great way to score. You don't score 2 a game. You should not even come close to scoring 4. We got killed. And our coach asked their coach after, they're like, "How you killed us on corners? Why are you guys so good at them?" He said 80% of our practice time is on set pieces, which is unheard of.
So set pieces would be corners, direct kicks, and that stuff?
Yeah. So, yep. And that's unbelievable amount of time to spend. But, I mean, good for them. It worked.
Let's go back to sectionals. I know you were, you're very positive thinking going in the finals.
Yep.
Once you won it, what was that like with your team on the bus ride home?
So it was. I mean, everyone was just super happy, but it wasn't like, we still knew that like sectionals was a big accomplishment, but it wasn't the only accomplishment we were going to get to. We had our minds on States. It was, honestly, when we beat Penfield in the semifinals, we had more of a reaction winning that game than when we did Fairport. Fairport, we beat them good. They didn't really come close to winning. Penfield was a really close game, and we had our minds on States.
More work to do.
Yep, not finished.
So that's the team accomplishments, which was incredible. What about some personal accomplishments you had in terms of all county, all Greater Rochester, that all state recognition that year, your junior year?
My junior year, I got first team all county and first team AG all Greater Rochester. I'm pretty sure. My senior year, I got the same thing, and then I ended up winning MVP my senior year too. But my junior year, yeah, all county, all Greater Rochester. They never give AGR Player of the Year to the center back. It's always a striker that scores the most goals. Cody, Miles, Johnny Bianchi. It's always a striker that scores the most.
For our all Greater Rochester.
Yeah, all Greater Rochester.
Did Cody get it that year?
Cody got All American.
Okay.
He got AGR, first team All State, All American.
And he's not playing anymore?
No, he quit. He played at Damon, which is Division II, and he quit.
Any All-State recognition for you that year?
Nope.
Okay. Now then, senior year, was this the year that you got to play 2 seasons, or?
So.
Which season was that where you were able to play both football and soccer?
I did it my junior and my senior season.
Okay. Explain a little bit about how that came about, how the rules changed and permitted you to do that.
So my sophomore season is when football was deemed a more dangerous sport that could spread COVID, and so it got moved to the spring to give it more time. I don't know, some dumb rule, but it got moved to the spring, and I was super excited because I really wanted to play wide receiver. Because like in soccer, I'm a center back. I never score. The striker gets all the credit. But I was so excited to score a touchdown and hit someone on defense. But I was playing on JV. I was working in at the first string. Me and Nick Castellano were both the X and the safety. And then I took a kickoff, and Coach Sapani saw me take a kickoff and boop right up to varsity. And I cried for, I don't know, a day because I was so mad that I got moved up to varsity. I was like,
because you knew you're only going to be kicking on varsity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't want to be a kicker. My dad was laughing at me. He's like, yeah.
What'd your dad think of that?
He was like, kicker. I mean, he was super proud of me.
Yeah,
but
varsity level as a sophomore, even though you're not playing wide receiver or safety.
He was bummed for me because he knew that's what I really wanted to do. But he said, you don't know what opportunity this could open. And then he would make jokes like kickers aren't people, and stuff like that, which, fair enough, I'll take him on the chin.
All right, so then your varsity sophomore year, and then junior season you also?
Yep, junior season was the first time I played both.
Okay.
And that was really tough. School, club soccer, going to the gym, school soccer, then school football. I mean, I would come out of soccer practice, on Fridays, and then my mom would drop me off a sub at school, and I would go in the locker room and change for the football. And then when we would have to practice both, I would get out of soccer, I would run over the football field, not even have pads on, and then catch the last 10 minutes of practice and run sprints. So it was just a lot. My plate was completely full both fall seasons, my junior and my senior year.
Did it ever come where you had a soccer game and a football game on the same time, same night?
Yeah, so a few times that happened. One time I wasn't able to make it, but a few times I would play a soccer game. Soccer was my choice first, and Coach Apani knew that. But I would play a soccer game and then skip the team ride on the bus. My mom would just bring me straight to the football game. I know Spencerport's homecoming. I showed up at halftime. Pittsford, when it was we killed Spencerport, so it didn't really matter. But Pittsford, when it was a really close game, I ran out with my helmet, my pads on my hand, and my soccer uniform. And I just got out there and
Was that the game Carl Coons did the kicking for a little bit?
yeah. So it's kind of funny watching Carl do a kickoff. I mean, I think they actually got a fumble recovery on one of his kickoffs because he squibbed it down the middle, and
It's like 270 pounds kicking the ball.
Big guy, but he squibbed it down the middle and didn't get a great connection. And when the guy picked it up, he smashed him. And then I think they fumbled and we got the ball. But yeah, Carl was the backup kicker, and then I think they would go for 2-point conversions usually. Right. But yeah, it was funny.
We'll go back to soccer your senior years. Talk a little bit about soccer your senior year, your general thoughts. Obviously, the big run was your junior year. I don't think as a team you were successful your senior year. Is that correct?
That's
okay. Talk a little bit about that.
My senior year, it's a little bit different of a role. At the banquet my junior year, they were doing the captains and passing down the captain's bands to the next guys. And Alex Smith was the guy that passed on the captain band, and he was like, "You have to know when to be a captain and when to be a friend." And that's what he told me. And it didn't really stick until my senior year when some of my guys don't play, and so I can't really I can't go out and do all these things that they do, because then maybe I'll find myself on the bench. And you can't just show up at practice and go through the motions and act cool when the girls teams walk by. You have to take it seriously, especially as the captain, because if you don't take it seriously, no one else will. And Ben Kronk was a great captain too. He was a goalie and he took things really seriously, and it helped a lot. But yeah, Alec told me, you have to make sure that you can still be a friend, but you also have to be a captain, especially when you're playing, because your success depends on it.
It's great advice. So how was your regular season, sectional season? How did that all transpire?
Regular season, it was good. We won. We lost Penfield. We lost to Fairport. The good schools. And then we won 2-1 against Schroeder in the first round at home. And then we lost to McQuaid, which my best friend's playing on the team, Marco Pilato. Jake 70, who wasn't my friend at the time, but then he came to Italy with me, and we became best friends now too. They beat us, and then obviously my coach, Marco's dad, but he coached me at Flash for forever, and Cobras and Rhinos, Nino Pilato, and he beat me too. And
McQuaid win it all that year?
McQuaid went to the state finals and lost, just like we did that our junior year. So it's crazy that 2 Section 5 teams back-to-back went to the state finals.
It would have been interesting if Marco had played at Hilton too.
Yeah, he did come here for a while too, as well.
Any personal accomplishments for you that year, All Greater Rochester? You said you got All Greater Rochester your senior year as well?
Yeah, but I didn't. That was it. I didn't get anything else. Usually, like, the farther you go, the more recognition you get. So it's a little bit different if you're a striker or attacker. If you score more goals than everyone, you're going to get the most prestigious award. But for especially the defense, they give it to the team that wins. If you win states, the backline gets states. It's all state or whatever. So it's a little bit different.
Let's go back to football. How was football season that year? Because that was a big season for you guys.
For my senior year? Yeah, so we lost in the state semis. We almost made it as far as we did for soccer. But we played in Class A. We got moved down. So it was a little bit of different. We'd have to play McQuaid or Aquinas, which we actually ended up beating Aquinas every year. My sophomore and junior year, we beat Aquinas both times. But it was a little bit different. My role obviously flipped on its head, being the captain and the best player on the Hilton team to being, the kicker on the football team. And granted, super important, but kicking is just different. Like, you get one chance. If you mess it up, you might not be able to make up for it. Soccer, you can. You got the whole game to make up for a mistake. But especially a kicker, you miss a field goal, especially at the end of the game. I mean, you're going to get blamed for the entire loss. It's all on you. It's not the quarterback that threw an interception and then, made up for it. If you miss the game-winning field goal, it's on you.
I don't know if you realize just how important kicking is, though, to Coach Lapani. I mean, he really liked a kicker that could put it in the 5 or in the goal in the end zone. Having a team start at 20 or 25 versus getting a run back. Hilton doesn't always have the most fast kids to get down there. And then I don't know how you were on extra points that year. I was the stat keeper. But you were pretty solid, though, right?
I think in my extra points, I was 60 for 61.
Mm-hmm.
I missed one, and that's because Nick Castellano dropped the snap.
He was your holder?
Yeah, he actually dropped 2, but one of them, it was just sideways, and I just put my foot up and I flicked it through. And then I got off the field, and Coach Foreman grabs me by the neck. He's like, "What was that?"
Right.
And I was like, "Nick dropped the snap. What do you want me to do?"
Right.
But he did drop the snap, though, the second time, and I hit the post and I missed. But 60 for 61 on extra points, and I was 4 for 4 on field goals.
Well, you were a great addition to that. And as you said, they won the sectionals that year in Class A, and then I think they won one state game and then went to Union Endicott, played a tough team. I think they lost 21-14.
Yep.
We hadn't won the sectionals in football for a long time, so having your leg definitely helped out. I'm the modified B coach, and I remember we were trying to kick extra points, and we had you came out in like your socks, and we said, "Luca, can you teach these kids?" So in your socks, you want to plant your foot here. You kick the ball about halfway into the parking lot. It was great. It was a good time. When did you realize that you had an elite ability in soccer?
I've always known that I was really good, but when I was my senior season, right after my senior season, I always knew that I was good for an American, but maybe I wasn't good for the entire world. The entire world treats soccer with like a combination of football, basketball, baseball. It's just like the only thing anyone cares about. In Italy, it was the only thing anyone cared about. People didn't care about money. They didn't care about work. They cared about if their town won the soccer game on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it's just a completely different level. But I showed up at Lancers practice one time. I thought it was 11v11 inside, but it turned out to be 5v5. By the way, completely different game. Completely different game. When you play center back, it's pretty much a zone defense. You get who comes through. There, it's man 5v5. You can use the boards, bounce them off the boards, 5v5, and you do not lose your guy. You follow him everywhere he goes. If he runs down the other way, you follow him that too. So it's just completely different. It's more like basketball with your feet than it is soccer. And when I got signed, they signed me when I was 17, which was the youngest signing for Lancers before. They had to make a new contract for me because I needed my parents to sign my permission over. And then they wouldn't allow me to. They couldn't give me. They give some guys an envelope of money after the game. I'm not sure if that's allowed, so pretend I didn't say that. But they couldn't give it to me. They couldn't give me the gift cards. They couldn't give me.
You couldn't take any money.
I couldn't take any money because I was a minor, and it was unfair. But what are you gonna do?
What was your games like? So where would you play your Lancer games? Just at home, or would you go on the road?
No, we would go on the road, but we would play at the TSC in Gates, or not in Gates, in Rochester. Not the Gates one. Which it had we had a bunch of season ticket holders that would line up, and probably 150, 200 people at the games, which isn't a lot, but it was fun. And then we would go on the road. We flew to Chicago for 2 games, and we flew to Iowa for a few games, and we would travel to Binghamton, and we would travel a lot. It was MASL 2, which is Major Arena Soccer League, the second division. The first division, those guys would get paid pretty well. Like in Florida, it's kind of big, and people, that's their full-time job, playing in arena soccer, and watching those games super exciting too.
17 years old. Were you still in high school during that?
Yeah, I was still in high school. I would wear on the game days, I'd wear my Lancer zip up to school, and everyone would make fun of me, like, look at this kid, he thinks he's so good. Some of my friends bust my chops, But then some of my friends would come to the games, and I'd get them tickets, and they'd come watch, and it was cool.
I never knew that. That's really neat.
Yeah.
It's neat something to know about you. Talk about mom and dad. Dad was a very accomplished athlete. Your mom, good athlete. Talk about mom and dad and your siblings.
So my mom played 2 years at MCC, and then she played Division II at West Virginia Wesleyan. And she always talked about, she was never a great soccer player. She was a goalie until her sophomore year in high school, and she got lucky. Some girl got on the West Virginia team, got caught smoking weed, and she took her scholarship. And she said, I was never a great soccer player. I want you to be better than I ever was. And my dad, on the other hand, was a fantastic football player. He said, he was like, I never thought I was even good enough to go to play at Brockport. But then my senior year, I was getting letters from Syracuse, Ohio State, all the big schools. I mean, he had offers from a bunch of different places, and it's a little bit different. Like football, like if you're good enough, they come to you. For soccer, those guys it's just a different. They'd rather take some guy from Portugal or Spain or England or anywhere else than take an American, because they just know, they think that player, no matter what's, going to be better than us. And that's unfair to do, but I mean, for an average American soccer player is not even close to an average American or to an average foreigner. So it's a safer bet, but it's also not fair. And those guys are way older than us. I mean, before I committed MCC, I was really wanting to go to the University of Dayton, which is a good Division I school. And he said, "Listen, I went to their ID camp. He said, you played really well here. You're good enough to play, but we're waiting on this center back who just finished with the 121 national team for Portugal. If he decides to come, we're taking him. But if not, then will you get your spot?" That guy came. They were waiting on another guy outside back from Africa, and they both came, and I lost my spot. I mean, the kid is 22, and he's playing where I would have played when I was 17.
And he's a man by that time, right? A little bit
Yep.
bigger, maybe?
Yep. Their center back was 26. He played under 19 with the England national team. You probably don't know who Foden or Saka are. They're like world-class wingers. One plays for Arsenal and one plays for Manchester City. And he played with those guys, and he's 26. When we're 16 in high school, and they're comparing, where could you fit into the system? How are you supposed to compete with some guy that's 10 years older than you, that's been playing the highest level soccer there is for his whole life? I mean, it's just incomparable.
So your father, he played football at Delaware, is that correct?
Delaware, yep.
Okay. And then talk to me about your sister and your younger brother.
Yeah, so I'll go back to my dad. My dad played at Delaware. Yeah, he was very good. He rolled his ankle his senior year in college, and he was projected to get drafted pretty high. And he rolled his ankle. He lost like 100 pounds, had to switch positions. He switched from left tackle to defensive end. And because he lost all that weight, he wasn't working with his ankle. He wasn't working out as much. He wasn't eating as much. So he literally dropped 100 pounds. He was 320 pounds, and he dropped down to maybe not 100 pounds, but he lost a lot of weight. So he switched to D-end. He played at the Rams training camp for a while. He got cut the last day of cuts. And he was offered a spot by the Giants for long snapping. And he decided to turn it down because he really wanted to play left tackle. And he just waited for a call, or he wanted to play D-end. He waited for a call, and no one called. So he was done with football. He came home. My mom was pregnant with my sister, and he just wanted to be home. And my dad doesn't brag about anything.
No,
nothing. He's so humble. You wouldn't know that he was. I gotta brag for him, but you wouldn't know how good he was. And he told me one day, like when I was little, he was like, if I didn't roll my ankle, I would be playing for left tackle in the NFL. I promise you, I was that good. But I mean, it didn't work out for him. And if he ended up going to the NFL, my mom claims that he would have married a hot blonde instead of her. So I wouldn't even be a thing.
So you married a
hot
brunette, spicy Italian. I remember watching him. Go ahead.
No, go.
Well, I remember watching him in high school. We used to cover those games. His nickname was the Sheriff of Dodge City. Excellent football player, of course. Any side he was on, he just controlled the whole side of the line.
That's, I never got to see him play, but sometimes we watch tape with him and my uncle, Adam. he would. My dad said that he would block the guy, and then my uncle would run straight into the back of him every time, and then run through.
Those puny little running backs.
But yeah, now my sister, she goes to school in Binghamton, and my brother is 8 years old. He's a bit of an accident, as my parents say, but he's. I don't know what to do without him.
Right.
He's just so energetic, and he brings it so much. It's so much happier in our house when he's
I
there.
see him on the playground every day at school.
Do you?
He's got this other big dude, his friends. They're throwing that ball around. I
Yeah.
keep looking at him like he's going to be a left tackle, but I think he likes to throw that thing. So
My mom wants him to be a quarterback. Big Ben.
why not? So growing up, then, were you born in the Rochester area?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
born in a strong hospital. I think.
Okay. Some of your friends in high school, or maybe from elementary school, you remember any of those? Any good times, teachers?
Dang, you're digging back. Jeez.
Did you go to Village, or did you go to Northwood, or which school did you go to?
So I started at Northwood
Mm-hmm.
from kindergarten to fourth grade,
Mm-hmm.
and then we moved houses.
Okay.
And we moved to my Nana and Nana's house, sold our house, and then started building our new one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Village for my 5th and 6th grade, and then Vernon Williams in middle school, and then I ended up moving into my house then.
So did most of your friends pretty much run by the sport you were playing at the time, or?
So my closest friends now are the ones that I played club with.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Jake, I played, but I knew him through soccer. All my friends,
Mm-hmm.
my really close friends are through soccer. You know, you got your high school friends, but when I came back from Italy, you know, I was gone I didn't see my friends for 6-7 months when I came back for Christmas. And, you know, when I showed up, there was just a few of my boys there waiting for me.
Right.
And it goes to show, like, you know, who your real friends are when you go away for that long. And it was eye-opening because I had some friends that I stayed in touch with, and then some that I were really close with that I never talked to again.
I think you make a good point, and you learned it young. Those people that are friends for life are the ones that you hang with now.
Yep.
Any hobbies that you like to do now?
Honestly, I mean, I don't have much time for a
Mhm.
hobby. I mean, I used to like to play video games. Don't have time for that anymore. Any second that I'm free, I'm either at the gym, playing soccer, painting, or I hanging out with my girlfriend. That's all I got time for right now. I'm trying to, and then doing school too. I've been able to work more now and play more now that I'm in a break from school. But before, I'm driving all the way back and forth every day.
Is your girlfriend an athlete as well?
Oh, my girlfriend is a better soccer player than I am. She played at Spencerport. She was her name's Brita Hahn. She's AGR Player of the Year at Spencerport.
Spencerport wins everything all the time with girls soccer.
They've won the states.
Well, I think they just Lindsay Leonard just won All Grade Rochester Player of the Year. The last year was Kendall Mesh, right?
Yep. And then the year before that was my girlfriend, I think. Maybe.
So is it good? Does she go to your games and she can critique your play?
Yeah, she critiques me pretty well.
Yeah.
But she played striker. She played a different position than I do. But yeah, she would come to my MCC games and stuff. But yeah, she played at Spencerport. Fantastic. And then now we play co-ed indoor with each other at Sports Garden. I actually got a game tonight. It's men's league. It's not co-ed. But when we play Sunday mornings with her, I just give her the ball and she'll just go score. I don't even have to do anything.
So you got an uncle birthday party, and then you got game tonight.
Oh yeah,
Got a busy night. Does she still go to school, or did she go to college and play soccer, or no?
Yeah, she played at MCC too.
Okay.
That's how I met her. She graduated last year, but she was still friends with the freshmen last year and then the sophomores this year on the MCC team, so they introduced us. But yeah, now she's working in a cancer research center. She's like an intern, receptionist kind of. And if she's gonna stay there and work there for 6 months, and then they're gonna pay for her school for her to go back to school at Rockport.
Oh, nice.
To be a nurse, yep.
Be a nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Great profession.
For sure.
What do you consider your biggest strengths? One or two of them?
I think my hard work for sure. I mean, that's like a characteristic strength. In my soccer, it's a little bit different. Probably my defending and my long ball passing, that might be my best.
Mm-hmm.
But for just my personality, hard work, I don't stop moving. It's like a weird day for me, completely off day if I have nothing to do, which it's never happened before. I'm always doing something, and if I'm not doing anything, I fill it with something. Either I'd go work out 5 days a week at HD Performance, and I paint, then I play, and then I got stuff to do with my family, plans to do with my girlfriend. I mean, I'm always on the go. But and then honestly, you know, I think caring. I really care about my family, about everything about my soccer. It's a lot to take care of, but especially for someone that is not organized, that's something I got to work on. I'm not organized.
Well, that was my next question. Your weaknesses, whether it's personality wise or soccer wise.
Organization,
Mhm.
personality, for sure.
Mhm.
My mom once tried to get me to write down all my schedule on my MCC notepad, but I just go with the flow, figure out what happens, and just make my move from there. But on the soccer field, my weakness, obviously my left foot. My left foot's, I mean, it's not bad, but for some of the guys that can use both their feet, I'm not quite as good with that. And my acceleration, probably.
Okay.
Once I get up to the top speed, I'm fast. But getting there, and honestly, like, people don't think I'm like a big guy, but when I play against all these tiny Japanese guys that we go up against, I'm one of the biggest guys on the field. So I'm like pretty big compared to their tiny legs, and they get going quick. So I think working with Danny and stuff, at HD Performance will help me with that too.
How tall are you?
Claim 6'2".
I thought you were 6'3" or higher, but you come from a big family, like Dad's 6'4", right?
6'6".
6'6".
Yep.
Your uncle's tall.
My uncle's like.
Well, and then there's the
6'7".
Filippetti side.
They kill me, man. I'm on 5'4". She'd kill all my genes. I'm like 6'1" and 3/4, so I say I'm pretty much 6'2", but my mom's 5'4". Man, if she was just not a midget, oh man, I'd be like my dad's height.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
You've done a lot of traveling. Italy's that big trip, and then around the Iowa, you said. What's special about Hilton?
Just there's nothing better than your hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I've traveled all over the place, and my family's here, and Hilton soccer, Hilton football, Hilton community is gonna be a part of my life forever. And my dad told me like last week, he was like, get out of here. He said, come back, just experience other things, and then this is a great place to live. I came back, your mom came back. He said, some people that stay in Hilton or in Rochester forever, they never really they always think, what if I had went to LA and I loved it there? What if I had enjoyed big city life? Like you have to go out and experience things for yourself, and then if you make the decision to come back, which I think I will because I love this place, then that's what you do.
I like that. That's great advice. Experience the world, and Hilton is a good community area to get married and raise a family.
For sure.
But you'll always go where the wife wants to go. Let me tell you that.
Can't say
well,
no.
So I don't know what works out with the Spencerport girl. You're kind of close. What's next for you in soccer and your career? Kind of maybe moving on to a Division I program or playing professionally. I don't know. What do you want?
So I'm I'm confident that after my year at MCC, I'll get a full ride. Played at a Division I school.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my goal right now, to go to the best Division I school. And I really, if I could pick one school right now, it would probably be University of Pennsylvania, UPenn, because they're the number one school in business and number one school in finance in the country.
Isn't it an Ivy League school too?
Ivy League, yeah. So I mean, I got really good grades, but I'm not, I don't look like the average Ivy League student. So
right.
I think with soccer, it'll help me get into the school, and then hopefully, they don't give athletic, but I mean, they could probably just mix it in the academic. So hopefully I won't have to pay $40,000 a year. But my dad thinks that it'd be a really good idea. Like, if you read on a transcript that you got your finance degree from UPenn, it opens doors for sure.
Great. Got some advice to a high school player or a student that is good but wants to become better, or a student player that's really good but wants to become elite.
So I was reffing the Hilton All-Star game, not the Hilton All-Star, the senior All-Star game. And one of the kids came up to me and was like, "Luca, I look at your Instagram all the time," which is a little creepy, but it's whatever. He was like, "I look at your Instagram all the time. I watch all your highlights." He's like, "You're so how did you get so good? Not that I'm the best player to ever play soccer around here, but I mean, my junior year, I played for ECNL Buffalo, for the Flash and Rochester Flash, and my senior year, I wasn't home on weekends. I couldn't
Mhm.
go hang out with my friends. I couldn't go to the bar. I couldn't go to the parties. I mean, I had soccer, and that was my priority. So, I mean, it sacrificed a lot. My senior year was a little bit different. I didn't want to travel. I wanted to stay closer to home, so I didn't go on as much as those trips. But I mean, it's just, you have to play. You just gotta love it. You gotta play every day. I'm trying to balance myself now because I'm struggling. Like, I obviously love soccer and it's a huge part of me, but now, with a girlfriend and with the painting business, I have other commitments that I have to honor too. And I'm just trying to find a balance. And, my mom's helped me a lot, keeping me going because sometimes I take a step back and I know it's not what I want to do, but it's what I do. And obviously people are going to go through rough patches where, you don't want to do it every day. And, keeping me in a good schedule, and you just have to play every day. You gotta love it. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta work out. You gotta go grab a soccer ball. You gotta play. Grab a buddy, and you guys can do it together. But it's just gotta be nonstop. You gotta be obsessed.
Because it's interesting. People see the game aspect of Luca Dodge and they're like, wow, he's so awesome. But they probably have no iota of what went into that success, the commitment that you had, the hours of training, the hours of games, the sacrifice, like you said, on the weekends of sometimes not having the life of a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, like, they see the accomplishment, and people want that, but then they don't want to. They don't want to stay in on the weekends and or go to the gym at night. They want to go out and party. And I'm not saying that you can't do that because I go out on the weekends too with my friends, but I got to make sure that I get myself done before. And if it's not done, then I can't go. I won't let myself. And yeah, I mean that's just the dedication you got to have. I mean, some people they act like they want it, but through their actions they show that they don't.
All right, got some fun questions, I think, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Some favorites. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
It has to be, well, I didn't want
No,
Italian food, but
it's my nonna's pasta.
Nana's pasta?
Oh, of course. You can't get better than that.
Yeah.
No.
Does she even just make oodles and oodles and oodles? I mean, do you have Sunday dinners?
Yeah, Sunday dinner at my nonna's every Sunday, and then sometimes she makes the pasta from scratch. It's unbelievable. Nothing better in the whole world. My girlfriend came over. She doesn't like red sauce. Oh, she loved it. I mean, you can't. No one in the world will not like that.
All right. Do you have a favorite movie?
So I would say probably I haven't watched the second one, but the Gladiator, number one.
That's my favorite one too.
Really?
Yeah.
And then also, I love Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are my top two.
Okay. See, because it's sometimes hard to pick just one.
I know.
Gladiator just has everything.
It's
Well, you go watch and send me a review.
Okay.
How about a favorite app?
On my phone?
Yeah. Are they on anywhere else?
No, maybe
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the computer.
Yeah.
I use Snapchat probably.
Okay.
And then video, like a game on my phone, Clash Royale.
Where can people find you on your Snapchat, Instagram?
Instagram is probably the best.
Instagram.
Yeah, I text my closest friends on Snapchat, but not really anyone else.
Instagram. What's your handle? I don't even know because I don't.
I think it's just Luca Dodge.
Luca what?
Luca Dodge.
Okay.
I got a painting account, Instagram account too. So if anyone wants their house painted, I do a great
You can
job.
plug it.
Yeah.
You don't know the name of your painting
I think
business?
it might be Dodge_painting.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
The podcast is always looking for sponsors. We have one, but you plug that. Do you have a favorite book? I don't know how much of a reader you are.
Not much of a reader.
Okay.
My dad, complete nerd.
What's he read?
He everything and anything. He likes. I couldn't even tell you really. He reads all giant books, National Geographic. Hopefully he doesn't watch this before Christmas. But is this coming out before Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Wait, there's a gift you don't want to pop.
Some nerd thing that he'll love.
I've seen your father. I don't know why you're calling him a nerd. Favorite quote? Maybe you don't read, but what about a quotation? Anything that inspires you or that speak volumes to you? Never quit is obviously something, but in your mantra. But anything?
Um, not that I pops into my head
Okay.
right now. Of course I got one, but nothing that I can think of right now.
What's your favorite leisure activity? You just described you don't have much time for anything, but do you have one?
Probably my favorite thing is just to relax. Is probably just. I feel like sleeping. I can't say sleeping. That's not a.
It is
Yeah.
when you don't sleep much because you're so busy. That is
That's true.
leisure that you need.
Yeah. Or watching TV. Maybe
Okay.
like at night I'll watch YouTube or watch TV.
Well, it leads
before I
me
go to
right
sleep.
into my next one. Favorite TV or binge show?
Right now, probably my favorite show was either Breaking Bad,
Mhm.
which is unreal, and then The Walking Dead. And I'm watching The Walking Dead right now with my girlfriend. She's watching it. She's never seen it before, so I'm watching it again. And Walking Dead's great.
The Walking Dead?
Yep.
And then Breaking Bad. Did you say you're done with that?
Yeah, I've been done with that for a
Okay.
while.
It was funny. It was for whatever that season was. Did you see Breaking Bad? Have you watched Breaking Bad? It was, all right, here's the last question, and then I'll ask you your Christmas plans.
All right.
If you could have dinner with a famous person, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Messi. Lionel Messi for sure. I mean, he's still alive. But I mean, just he's like, people say all the time, like, if you want to be a professional soccer player, do not watch Messi. Not watch him play, but don't watch what he does. Like, he'll show up, skip the gym, show up right before, toss his boots on. They say that he's in the locker room on FaceTime right while the coach is speaking, and then he goes out there and he'll just kill everyone. Just the talent on him is unreal. And of course he's put in time and training and stuff like that. And I feel like Ronaldo is on the other end of the spectrum. Like, the reason why he's so good is because he works so hard in the gym, on the field, every time. And Messi was just so unbelievably talented, like untouchable.
And that's okay. You don't have to apologize for being just that good.
I know. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You got it or you don't. And he's the only one in the world that's got it, or that I think will ever have it.
What are your Christmas plans with the Dodge family?
Christmas is big
for the family, and then you got two families you're going to be going between, or no?
So yes, my Christmas Eve just got moved to our house because my Nana and Nana did Christmas Eve dinner and Christmas Day dinner, and it was just a lot for them, especially when they're getting older. So we took Christmas Eve. It doesn't quite feel the same, but Christmas Eve is at our house. And then we open presents from all my aunts and uncles, my Nana and Nana. And then my Nana and Nana spend the night there with us.
Nice.
And then we open presents in the morning from Santa. And then after that, they go home, get ready for Christmas Day. We go to our grandma and grandpa's, which my grandma and grandpa came over for Christmas Eve too. So we've seen them then. And then we go to my grandma and grandpa, which are on my dad's side. And we go eat breakfast with them. And then we open their presents there. And then after that, we go to my Nana and Nana's house for Christmas Day dinner. We eat that, open more presents. And then, leftover nights, because there's just so much leftover food. Probably last year, I think we had like 3 leftover nights. And then, that's it.
It sounds like a great time.
It's the best time of the year.
Well, Luca, thank you very much for joining me on the Big H podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Learn some new things from you. I mean, you graduated with my son, but there are some things that I learned about you, and I was really enjoyed my time.
Me too.
This has been the latest with Luca. You can follow me on X at Michael Heiss 17 or on YouTube at the Big H Podcast. Look for future guests like Dave Yates and Shelly Camino. And have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Luca, good luck to you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find